Join me, Minami Minami, a singer from Japan, on my journey to Indonesia. My only rule: survive 1 week with just 10,000 yen. Will I make it? Hit that subscribe button and find out.
Morning guys, it is currently 8 o'clock in the morning and I have arrived in Narita Airport and we are about to head to our flight. Our flight is in a few hours. I am feeling really great. I'm excited for round 2 of the Street Life Tours. We are going to Indonesia! We have one major rule set in place for the Street Life Performance Tour in Indonesia, and that is I am only allowed to spend 10,000 yen for the whole entire week. That is including accommodation, transportation, food, everything. So if I'm able to make a little bit of tips, that would super help me out, but I'm not counting on it because I know that Indonesia is not a tipping country like America. Busking is not as profitable is what I hear. So please send me your prayers and I hope everything goes well because it's gonna be a pretty mentally, emotionally tough week. We have arrived in Hong Kong, yay! It took us 5 hours to get here. It's raining as of now, but we're just gonna go transfer to our next flight to Jakarta. I was born in Hong Kong, haven't been here for over 20 years, I think. So yeah, I mean, we're at the airport, so it's not like I'm gonna remember anything, but maybe next time we can do Hong Kong for the Street Life Tours. That might be a fun place to go to. Okay, we're gonna transfer now, so see you later. Okay, so now we're on our second flight on our way to Jakarta. We really didn't do much on the layover, just had coffee, some chit chat. I've never been to Jakarta, so this is going to be a first for me. We're kind of excited to see what kind of a country it's like, since this trip has no plans. We don't even know where we're staying. And I feel kind of sweaty, so I want to take a shower. We'll even get to. It's a whole thing. I'll explain it to you later. Yay! We have finally arrived in Jakarta. Our flight was 1 hour delayed, but we are finally here and we're not going to be doing anything today. We need to look for a place to stay. Basically, for this time around, I have created certain guidelines that we need to follow during the trip. One of them being, we have no plan. We're gonna go with the flow, see where life takes us. It's literally gonna be an adventure. We do not know where we're staying. We do not know where we're performing yet, but I will explain to you the other rules that I've created for this trip. So, keep watching.
When I landed, I felt a mix of excitement and nerves. It's finally sinking in. This is the start of something new. A new place, a new challenge. So much to learn, so much to discover.
So we want to ride the train. It takes 28 minutes by walk to the train station. So the trains are already finished running. It's right now 9:44. So they finished around 7:30-ish. So we've decided to look for the bus, but we won't know until we get there. So this is literally an adventure, you guys. I have no clue where we are or what we're doing. Yeah.
You have application with?
How much is it?
You check by your
Oh my god. We haven't even started and I'm already tired. Okay, so we were trying to take the bus, but apparently the bus that leaves the airport from here is more of a local bus, so it's not going to take us to where we want to go. The bus stop will be a 24-minute walk from here. So now we're figuring out if one of these taxis are going to be pretty affordable. And then we'll decide what to do. I was able to get on the right bus. It was kind of hard because the bus didn't come exactly on time and I wasn't able to really hear the pronunciation for the location that I'm heading to. But now I know it's called Gambir. It's gonna be an hour to 2 hour drive, I think. And from there, I will look for accommodation in that area. I'm just gonna have to go with the flow with everything. Use only money that is necessary because I only have 10,000 yen for this entire week. And who knows if I'm ever even going to get any tips, because I hear that it's not a tipping country like America. So we're just gonna have to leave it up to fate. We'll see where life takes me. I was able to book the Capsule Hotel for $7 a night. So we're good for tonight. But the problem now is it's gonna take 36 minutes to walk. So with all of this stuff, because we're not gonna waste any more money on transportation. Okay, let's go.
I found an affordable hotel for the night and it felt like a win. I was so relieved. But little did I know, I was in for a rather unexpected turn of events.
My reservation is under an hour. I reserved like maybe 20 minutes ago. We can't find our reservation.
Oh no.
No?
Bandung.
Where is that?
This is Jakarta.
Do you have 2 rooms available or no?
No.
Okay. Oh my god. This is a 2-hour. We're at the wrong location. You have no rooms today.
No. Yeah, full.
Oh my gosh.
A few hours after touching down in Indonesia, I found myself in a bit of a pickle. I spent more money than I anticipated by booking the wrong hotel in the wrong location, and now nerves are kicking in as I wonder how I'll manage for the rest of the week. But as the saying goes, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I'm determined to stay positive and push through no matter what comes my way.
I booked the wrong hotel. It was the same name, but in a different area. And I'm realizing that in Indonesia, not a lot of people speak English. For some reason, I had the idea that everyone spoke English. So we were not able to cancel the booking. So we just lost 1,300 yen. Now we are looking for another hotel, but it's past midnight. So none of the hotels are picking up their phones. So we're walking to the closest one, which is a 5-minute walk. And we're gonna see if there's any rooms open.
I was wandering around looking for a local who knew the area to ask for any hotels that were available and affordable. There were not many people around as it was pretty late at night, but then, as I was about to give up, a blessing showed up.
Dapat.
Yeah.
And then we go check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with her on her motorcycle. She's been so kind to take me to the hotel to check if it's open. Okay. So she was so kind because she saw that we were kind of having problems looking for places because it's already past 12. It's right now 12:53 and literally all the hotels is closed. So she was gracious enough to take us by motorcycle and find us a place. 와, すごいいい感じ。いいよ。十分です。Finally! Yay! I'm so happy. Take a shower, go to sleep. This is perfect. This is more than enough. Okay, so I'm gonna calculate the money that we already spent. Oh my god, we're so poor. Okay, here we go. 800 yen for the bus, 250 yen for the little taxi thing. Oh god, the hotel that we booked that we couldn't cancel and was 2 hours away instead of where we thought it was so that was 1,080 yen. Oh my god. And then this hotel was 1,000 yen. So we spent 3,130 yen, which means we have 6,870 yen left. And it's only the first day. It hasn't even been 3 hours since we got to Indonesia. So we're gonna have to figure it out.
on a tight budget, buying water feels so expensive right now. Welcome to my room for the night. The TV does not work, but I'm not gonna watch anything, so it's fine. And I'm about to take a shower, but there is no hair dryer, so I'm gonna have to figure that out tomorrow. Day 1 in Indonesia is about to come to an end. I've only been here for a few hours, so there's not much I can say about Indonesia. But one thing I can say is the people that I've met so far have been so very kind. We were really having a hard time finding any hotels that weren't fully booked or even had someone at the front desk because it was past midnight. And then a lot of people cannot speak English. So it was just such a huge help for Nia to come and translate for us. I mean, she didn't speak English as well, but it was just so kind of her to help us out, and I really appreciate it. My plan for tomorrow is to buy some sort of sign and some sort of tip basket, bucket, whatever kind of situation, and then batteries, because the speaker runs on batteries. And I want to check into a hotel beforehand so I can leave all of my stuff before I start busking. I used a lot of the money today since I with the first hotel. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make that money back. This is all part of the journey to become an international superstar, so wish me luck. Good night, guys. Morning! It is currently 8 o'clock right now. I just woke up. I am gonna get ready and head to the mall to get the necessities that I was talking about. And I've gotten DMs from friends who have friends in Jakarta. So maybe that can be a lifeline if things don't go so well and I run out of money. But you know what? I have faith. I have faith in this experience and I feel like we're gonna be okay. As of now, I don't know how I'm being so positive, but I've used 1/3 of the money that I'm allowed to use on this trip. I need to make it back. Hopefully I can figure out a way to make some money. Anyways, see you later. I'm in my hotel room doing some vocal warm-ups, gearing up for my first street performance of the week. As I get ready to sing, the reality sinks in. I need to make some money, and fast. I've heard that busking in Indonesia isn't profitable, and honestly, I have no idea what to expect. The uncertainty is making my anxiety skyrocket, but I'm trying to stay focused and relaxed. Fake it till you make it, right?
It is so hot right now. There are no roads, so it's kind of hard with the suitcases, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. That's crazy, there's no roads. Okay, I guess we gotta go freestyle. I haven't eaten anything since the flight in the morning yesterday, and yesterday night I had brought some protein powder, so I drank a protein shake. I'm not feeling hungry. We need to use our money wisely because we don't have much of it. Hopefully we can find something affordable and then gain a little bit of energy. Okay.
Here I am, dragging my Rimowa suitcase through the bumpy streets of Indonesia, feeling a little bit silly for bringing such a fancy piece of luggage on this adventure. With a 40-minute walk ahead to my next location and no money to spare, I'm determined not to dip into my funds for transportation. All around me, people are enjoying meals from street vendors, and it smells delicious.
So we arrived at the mall. We're gonna go and exchange some money and then try to find a place to stay beforehand, since we don't want to go through what we went through yesterday with not being able to find anywhere to stay. And I kind of want to leave all my stuff so we don't have to be dragging it around while I go busking. I also reached out to a bunch of influencers and artists in Indonesia just to see if anyone can help me out or connect, or we can like link up and do something. And I've actually gotten some responses, which is super exciting. One of the girls that responded to me her name is, I hope I pronounce it well, Nadine. Her name is Nadine. She is a singer in Indonesia, very famous, and she is so kind. Like, I can already tell she's such a great person through her energy and her texts. She referred me to a bunch of people that might be a good link up for me, and apparently she's gonna be busy this week while I'm here, but she's been so kind to like give me tips of like where I should be busking and stuff like that, so I'm very appreciative. Also, I got a response. Nadine referred me to a guy called Mattermoss, and Mattermoss is a rapper in Indonesia. And I DM'd him and he responded, and I think we're gonna link up. I just wanna speak to him about, you know, the Indonesian music scene and just see if I can get anything that will be useful to my mind throughout this trip. Yeah, so those are the two people that have responded back. Also, one girl that's, I think, an up-and-coming singer. Maybe we can do some busking session together, do a song together or something. We'll see, but it's seeming very positive right now in my DMs. Oh, and my friends also have like told me like, oh my god, I have a friend in Jakarta, so if you need anything, you can call her. So maybe we're gonna have to use that as a lifeline, because I do want to borrow someone's laundry. I want to do some laundry because I'm sweating. Anyways, that's it for now.
I've booked a hotel room for the night, and thankfully, it's within my budget. But I'm still short on funds to last me the entire week. Leaving my luggage behind, I step out, and the fear starts creeping in. It intensifies the emotions I felt earlier this morning. The reality of what's ahead is sinking in, and I think to myself, am I gonna be okay?
I'm heading to a restaurant for my first meal here in Indonesia. I'm extremely hungry, so I think we're gonna get a bite to eat before performing for the first time. So I found this place that was pretty cheap but had good reviews. We are at the restaurant and the food is pretty cheap. 400 yen, 300 yen, 500 yen. This side's a little bit more expensive. I ordered the special fried rice with the little star, which is 420 yen. That's really cheap. A few things that I've realized since I've gotten here, it's not even been 24 hours, you guys, so I'm sure there's going to be more things, but a few things that I have realized so far that are different from Japan is there are no street lights. I don't know if this is specific to the area that I'm in right now, but we saw one street light. A lot of people smoke in Indonesia. There's ashtrays all over the place. There was even ashtrays in our hotel, in the hallways or next to the elevator. So that kind of reminds me of how it used to be in Japan. There are a lot of stray cats and not so many dogs. And people eat out on the street a lot, kind of like picnic style. Lastly, I would say I haven't really seen that many tourists around. I don't know, again, if this is because of where I am right now, but I feel like there's no tourists in this area. I'm gonna be singing at Monas in a few hours, so we'll see if there's more tourists there, but as of now, not so many. Anyways, throughout the trip, I might notice more things, so I'll keep adding to the list. Thank you! Itadakimasu! This is really good. I really like it.
After having my first meal in Indonesia, I'm feeling a little bit better and more energized. But even with a full stomach, it feels like I'm just distracting myself from my nerves. I'm still very anxious, and spending money on food has only made it clearer that I need to earn more. The pressure is on.
Let's calculate how much money I used. So, yesterday, with the minor fuck-ups and transportation, hotel, I spent 3,130 yen. Adding what I spent today, this meal was 420 yen, the water was 110 yen, plus today's hotel is 880 yen. So I'm at 4,540 yen. This is day 2, you guys. I've almost used 50% of the budget. So we're gonna have to pace a little bit. I don't know how. No, we're not gonna pace. This is the best we can do. We're gonna have to make money. We're gonna figure this out. So hopefully a miracle happens. Not hopefully, a miracle is going to happen. Okay.
As I walk towards the location for my first street performance, I notice there's a lot of people around, but not a single tourist in sight. I start setting up, preparing for my first performance, and something unexpected happens.
We got kicked out, so we have to leave the premise and go outside of the gate to perform. That's okay. These things happen. Just need to go with the flow and figure it out.
I'm bummed about getting kicked out. I really liked the vibe of the location. People were hanging out, sitting on the grass, kids were running around. It was kind of perfect for a street performance. I was able to find a location not too far from that one, so I'm just gonna have to give it my all and make the best out of the situation.
Take a seat on this one is my pure passport in my hand. I can make the bad guys good for a weekend. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of examples. They say that I'm insane, but you know you love the player and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless. We'll take this way too far. It'll leave you breathless, or with a nasty scar. Got a long list of ex-lovers that'll tell you I'm insane. 'Cause I got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. Thank you. Thank you, Indonesia. My name is Minami Minami. Don't forget it. I'll be back. Thank you.
The traffic was so loud. It was so hard for me to hear the music. And I need to make some adjustments on the sound because it was a little bit hard to perform in this environment. But this is the first day and I'm sure all the environments are going to be something similar like this. So I'll make the adjustments and I'll come back tomorrow. But we made some tips, so I'm happy about that. Thank you!
I finished my first street live performance and I'm feeling relieved. I go to a convenience store nearby and I find a lot of Japanese items and they're selling them for cheap. So that's really surprising to me. Kind of sucks though, because I don't have money to indulge.
There's one really important thing that I realized just now. It's the fact that I'm like having to choose out of all of these drinks which one I want to drink. It wouldn't even be a thought. I would get whatever I'd want and I have no gratitude towards it. I could drink whatever I like. I feel like it's so important to limit yourself in certain ways, to not indulge in everything because you can, but it takes away, like when you can buy everything and anything, it takes away from the excitement of buying it. It takes away from everything. It ruins it. So yeah, that's kind of a lesson I just learned right in this moment. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Controlling yourself is an important thing. I am so excited to drink this, you guys. When was the last time I was ever excited to drink a Pocari Sweat? Never. This is such an important moment. Okay, I was feeling so dehydrated. Life is good.
Oishi.
Guess where I'm at right now? So, I was talking to Nadine and she introduced me to a rapper named Mattermoss who me that he was gonna be performing at a festival today, and apparently it's where everybody's at today, called Pestaporo. I asked him because obviously the rules on this trip is that I only am allowed to spend 10,000 yen for the whole entire week, so I can't be go buying tickets, that money. So I asked him if he had a guest list. He said no, but we're here and we're gonna figure out a way to get inside. Let's go.
I was able to find a ticket to get inside the biggest music festival in Indonesia. And I am full of joy and gratitude. I'm going inside and I'm bursting with excitement.
I am inside Indonesia's biggest music festival, Pestapora. Look at the incredible amount of people. It is nothing like I've seen. Insane amount of entertainment. This is definitely where I belong. I'm telling you, I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I was able to get wristbands through a friend of a friend of a friend, and it's just crazy. I'm just that girl, you know? Like when I want something, I get it. I find a way. I have just arrived at the hotel that I'm staying at tonight. It is 880 yen for one person. I mean, this is more than enough. I have air conditioning. I have a plug for electricity, which is an upgrade from last night. The bathroom is a little bit bigger. So let me give you a room tour of my room tonight. So this is my bathroom for the night. As you can see, in Indonesia, it seems to be that this little bidet hose is kind of like a standard, I guess. And I found that in the restaurant that I went to today, they didn't have toilet paper and they only had that. So my bum was wet. I wasn't sure what to do with it. I jumped up and down and I air dried it. Okay, maybe a little bit too much information. Today we have toilet paper, so that's great. And the shower and the bathroom is separate, so it's in its own little cubicle right here, which is great. Blessed to have found this place. Very reasonable pricing. Before I take a shower and call it a night, I wanted to go over my day. Today, I started off the day warming up and then walked to the mall, which took 30 minutes because I did not want to spend money on transportation as I am tight on a budget. Only to find out that the mall was open, but the conversion place was closed because it was a Sunday. So, change of plans, looked for this place where I was gonna stay the night, because I wasn't gonna have the same mistake that happened the night before where I couldn't find a place and then I ended up, it was just a whole thing the night before. So I wanted to have a place to leave all of my stuff because I wasn't gonna drag my suitcase across Indonesia on the bumpy streets for the entire day. And was successful in finding this place because it was, 880 yen. And afterwards, had a quick meal, very cheap, very delicious, I must say. I'm kind of thinking about it still right now. Want to eat it again tomorrow almost. Nasi goreng is very good. After that, went to Monas. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Monas. Okay. And went into the gate and wanted to start busking. But then come to find out, the security guys stopped me and told me that I need to have a permit. So we got kicked out, went all the way back out, and went outside of the gate, and he said it was okay if it was there, so went outside of the gate. Started busking for about 30 minutes and performed and got maybe 140 yen of tips, which I was super gracious for because every person that tipped me was a child and they were really cute. But obviously, calculating my whole entire week, that is not enough. So I made 140 yen on the street singing. Minimum wage in Indonesia. What's the minimum wage in Indonesia? Okay, so it did increase a little bit, an hour. Okay, so oh my god, this is like a full-on report of this whole situation.
$1.80 US dollars. So I made minimum wage basically, but that's not enough to last me for the whole entire week, which is a little bit freaking stressful. Like, what the heck am I gonna do about this? I'm gonna have to figure it out. I mean, I gotta figure it out. The rules are the rules. It was a very eye-opening experience in the sense of, I think I mentioned this in the convenience store, but when I was buying a drink for myself, not being able to buy anything that I wanted really, and not being able to buy multiple things, I don't know, I just came to realize that it felt more, it was exciting to me. I was excited about drinking my Pocari Sweat that I got at the convenience store. Like, I don't know the last time I ever felt that, like excited to drink something, you know what I mean? Like having cravings, yes, but like, oh my God, I can't wait to drink it. You know, it's only been a day, so I know I'm being a little extra, but like that kind of feeling is super important. And I really, really do feel that self-control is super important. Just because you can buy something doesn't mean you should. And having those boundaries within yourself so that you do get excited about things is important too. And overindulging ruins the whole entire experience of whatever you're overindulging in. So be it food, you buy whatever you want, you overeat. It just isn't as good as it would be if you bought one thing that you really want to eat, you know? You get me? Anyways, I'm trying to stay positive because that is the only thing that nobody can take away from me. But I am freaking out inside. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I mean, I'm just that girl. But we'll see. I'm stressed out, you guys. I need to find a way. I have been journaling lately. This is a fairly new journal that I bought because I think journaling is going to be crucial to my journey in becoming an international superstar. Just because I want to remember all the events specifically that stood out to me. Obviously, I have stuff recorded on video. It's important for me to record it in writing as well. Maybe it'll inspire me for a future song. Maybe I'll write a book one day. But as I go on my journey to become an international superstar, a lot of these current events that someday will be past events will be very important. And I want to remember them. So